you're probably a young guy, and when you're young, you're always on this weird. You're almost on this. How do I say? Crossroads, if that's the word. Crossroads where you're dilly dallying in your head, and you're just deciding where to actually go. And you have this traditional path, and then you see another path over there, and it's not the road not taken. It's called self improvement, and it's not even self improvement. Fuck that. It's called red pill. It's called red pill. The red pill. You have the blue pill, which everybody takes, and the red pill, which is the unconventional way to escape the society's perception of reality and whatnot. And I still remember being young and stumbling upon Hamza's channel as a kid. I mean, Hamza is a complete jerk now, but I mean, he lied about everything. But anyways, I want to get into that. And every single guy, I think, has this phase where they seem a bit lost and they don't know what to do, and they go on online and they see all these dudes, all the Tates and the Iman Gadzis and all these, the Jordan Belforts, the Ty Lopez's, all these scammers online, whatever. And one in particular is just red pill as a whole. This whole red pill manosphere where guys are trying to, project this idea that they're trying to make men, the modern men of today, which are not manly, they want to make sure that these guys are more masculine and whatnot. And the reality is, it takes away from the biggest point of all, which is it takes away control from you as a whole. And I'll explain that why as well. Because if you look at their entire shtick of this so-called manosphere, it's just I'll start with the obvious one. Don't want to get banned on this channel, but women are the problem. I think I should beat that word, but whatever. Women are the problem. Society is the problem. The system, the system has emasculated you for some reason. Your parents are not your parent. Dad was not a man. Your mom was not feminine. All that bollocks and everything. They say it all the fucking time, and it makes you wonder in my head, like, yes, you blame all these things. They might be true, and they are in some cases. I'm not going to deny that, whatever. But half of the time, it's just, you have to understand something. If you as a person, you want to change your life, if you think your life is not going great, my life is not going great, I need to change my life. My life has to be changed by someone. In this case, is me, obviously. So I'll tell myself, okay, my life is not going great right now. I need to change my life. Or I'm going to say, or should I say, my life is not going great right now because of women. My life is not going great right now because of the fucking system. My life is not going great right now because of society, because of society as a whole. My life is not going great right now because of the war in Ukraine and Russia. My life is not going right now because of the genocide in Palestine. My life is not going is not going on track right now because of the Iran and America conflict that is going on. Would that make sense? My life is not going right now because my parents did everything. They're not good parents. My father was not. He was not a good dad. He was a deadbeat dad. My mom tried to be the man of the house. You know what is happening at that point? Firstly, you're externalizing. Obviously, you're externalizing. Secondly, you're taking away power from yourself. You're taking away power from yourself, because this is something you need to understand. Most men, and when I say most men, this is true for every single society as a whole right now, most men live in cages. They blame everything. They blame the society. They blame the government. Oh, my boss doesn't understand me. My government is not good. They don't give me benefits. The economy is tough. My job doesn't pay. My girlfriend doesn't understand me. My parents don't understand my dreams. My friends don't support me. You know what happens when you say these things to yourself in real time? That all these things are, and even if these things are true, they are holding you back. Okay, whatever. At the end of the day, you're stripping away power from yourself, because you believe all these things that you mentioned right now, all these things, one, two, three, whatever it is, all these things are at the end of the day affecting you, and they're taking away power from you. So you ultimately have no power to yourself. And when you have no power to yourself, you cannot change your life. And if you're not going to change your life, then you're just going to be a loser at the end of the day. Nothing's going to change. So would it make sense to strip away power from yourself and externalize and tell people and blame every single thing that is out there? I'll be honest, I'm a bit slow on like processing shit right now because I just woke up, but whatever. It's 5 p.m. so yeah, it's weird, but whatever. And as I stated you the obvious, so would it make sense to go back and tell people, just blame people as a whole? Would it make sense? Because this is the problem with the manosphere. I still remember when I was 15, 16, 17, I came across Hamza's channel, and it was about self-improvement. How you wake up early in the morning, get a cold shower, you journal, you train, you eat food, and you do all that. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm doing all this. And fair fucking play to Hamza, yeah, he made an audience out of it. I'm just wondering in my head, where is the work? Genuinely, where is the work? I'm like, am I missing something? Okay, I did all these things, but I can do these things for the next 50 years, and fuck's sake, nothing's gonna change because, yeah, I forgot to do the most important thing at the end of the day, which was work. I forgot to tell myself, you know what? My life is not gonna change. My life is gonna be better if I implement these things, but ultimately, what is gonna be the needle moving task at the end of the day? Telling myself that, you know what? It is my fault. I need to make something work for myself. I need to make a change. Same problem with Tate as well. When you see him, women are the problem. Women have done this. Women have done that. Women have. It's so. For someone who says that women are not a part of his life and he should be around guys who, like, for someone who talks so much about how you shouldn't be around women, you should be grinding and all that, he always just talks about women 24/7 and blaming them and saying that these are this way, they're that way. And he says, okay, whatever, it is true. Okay, let's say for one instance, he's true. Okay, he is. I'm not going to force it out. He is true. If women are promiscuous, whatever, but they've always been promiscuous throughout history. You know how old brothels were back in the day, like before Christ? There used to be brothels back in the day. Did you know that? So it's not like women have changed as a whole. Women have remained women throughout history. Nothing has changed. It's more amplified and it's more, how do I say, pushed out towards the masses by social media as a whole. And this guy thrives off of that. At the same time, he says, like, women are promiscuous and everything. Simultaneously, this guy sleeps around with a lot of women. He says it's okay for a guy to sleep around. And I'm like, the fuck does that, like, what? Like, it doesn't make sense, does it? Doesn't make sense. Like, if I told you to go for a football match, it's a football match, yeah? So you would realistically train football, yeah? No, you're doing basketball. You're training basketball to play for a football match. Would that make sense? No. You'd be an idiot for doing that, right? Yeah? Wouldn't you? And that is a narrative with these guys. They say, oh, to find a good girl, you gotta sleep around with 50, 60 women. Is that not idiocy on their end? Honestly, doesn't that make you think like, oh, that is not normal. That is not correct, bro. It's so fucking weird with these manosphere guys, and the thing that is okay, and I feel bad honestly if they have daughters, but whatever they call the women who had babies with these guys, they bought them out themselves, so it's the girls' fault anyways. Yeah, I'm blaming women in this case, but whatever. And this manosphere bollocks as a whole is just, chase. Firstly, it's like, oh, women are whores. You need to get money. You need to get rich quick. And what are you trying to escape? Escape the matrix by doing what? By doing Amazon FBA? You're selling for Jeff Bezos. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what is that gonna do? Like, that's not. You're not escaping the system. The moment you realize, like, I'm recording this from my phone right now. I'll say this right now. If you have a phone, you can't escape the system. You just cannot. It's just not possible. You just cannot. You're on the grid the moment you had a phone, the moment you had a registration ID. If you want to do all that, burn everything, burn the documentation, burn your government papers and everything. Live on a fucking island, or go live in the fucking mountains. Live in the mountains with a hermit. That's what you should do. That's the only way you can live off grid. That's the only way. And if you don't want to do that, well, you don't want to do that because you want to live your life, right? Well, how can you live your life? There's no other way to do that. And it baffles me when guys come in and they're like, oh, we need to find a way to escape the matrix, to do all that. I'm like, mate, you are going to escape them. You're not going to escape anything, firstly. Even if you are, you're just escaping yourself, firstly. You're blaming all these things. You're blaming women. You're blaming the society. You're blaming the government. Blaming your parents. What is that going to do at the end of the day? Ask yourself. What would you do differently in this situation? Ask yourself the simple question. What would you do differently? In the sense that, you know what? Things are not going straight. My life is not going well. What can I actually change that is going to, like, move the needle in my life? What is that going to be? And I guarantee you for a fact, it's not going to be blaming somebody else. It's not going to be blaming women. It's not going to be blaming the government or the society or your parents. It's going to be blaming yourself at the end of the day. Because wherever you are right now, let me tell you this straight and clear. Wherever you are in your life right now, it's all because of you. Whatever has happened to you is your fault. Whatever good has happened to you is your fault. Whatever bad happens to you is your fault. And if you're in this place right now where you don't feel content with yourself, it's because you are responsible for that. Ruthless accountability, that's the number one way to actually make it in life. Always hold yourself accountable. I don't care if it's raining outside and you forgot to take an umbrella, you should have taken the umbrella even if it was sunny outside. You never know. It could have rained. It is your fault at the end of the day. I know I might sound like a madman when I say that, but trust me, it is your fault at the end of the day, no matter what. Blame yourself for everything that has happened, because only then you have the power to actually change it. Because if you don't have the power to change it, well, guess what? Nothing's going to change, man, no matter what. Because you're just going to, you know, at the end of the day, blame people, blame each other, blame the government, blame your boss, blame your girlfriend, blame the weather, blame the society, blame the wars, blame the economy. You're blaming every single thing. You know what is missing from every single one of these sentences when you blame things externally? You are missing from them. You yourself as an individual. Are you not responsible for everything in your life? Are you not an adult now? I'm not trying to say we have to be adults all the fucking time, because I'm not a fan of that as well. Different video idea, but anyways. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. Because this whole manosphere garbage is just blaming everything else by yourself. And if you're not going to blame yourself firstly for everything, then you just lost the point of life. You're not going to make it in life, no matter what. Even if you do make it in life by blaming other people, whatever, you're never going to feel content with yourself, because you don't understand that you are the reference at the end of the day. You are the reference. And you're going to fill your own bucket no matter what. You can't blame the other guy who has a well which is, filled up all the time. You can't blame the other guy who has 3 different guys to fill the well up, fill the buckets from the well for him. You can't blame all those things. They're not in your control. What is in your control is the action, is the intention. Okay, my life is shit. I need to make a change. I will do this. I will do that. I'll keep doing it without attaching myself to the outcome, because I don't control that. And whatever happens, happens. But I can guarantee you one thing. If you make that intention to change, and you keep working on the things that you're supposed to work, and you put in the work actually for the next 6 to 8 months, realistically, do you think you're going to be closer to your desired outcome, or you're going to be away from your desired outcome? You're not going to be away, are you? You have to be an idiot if you're away, right? By some crazy twist of fate, maybe you might be away. But even if you are away, let's say an exception, well, maybe it wasn't meant for you in that case. Maybe something better is coming your way. You just have to be more hopeful with that and just put in the effort no matter what. And at the end of the day, it's just life. Don't take it that seriously. Just, if you show up and you show the fact that you're useful today, everything's going to be, well, I literally had a long night yesterday. And today I woke up really, really late as fuck, yeah. And I told you, I woke up and everything, I showered, and I just recorded this video right now. And it just reminded myself that it's just a reminder for myself as well, that even if I was not in the best of moods today, I'm going to wake up and try to be as useful as possible no matter what. So I don't feel like a failure. That's it, simple. Because that's all I can control at the end of the day, nothing else. So that's there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.